Hey everybody, Phil Breeden, owner and founder of LC Barbecue, and you're watching the So Smoking Gooder Show.
All right, that is correct, Mr. Phil Breeden from LC Barbecue, who is just kicking ass out there in the KCBS circuit. Thank you for that intro. You are watching the So Smoking Gooder Show. My name is Rob Arocha, and I'm coming to you from the Bullhorn headquarters in Cypress, Texas. I'm currently Han Solo right now as Case is getting ready for his cooking. He's cooking this weekend, an IBCA event in Columbus at the Columbus June cook-off. He will be in shortly. He is just, that's what our delay was about. But he'll be on in just a moment. But we got a great show for you tonight. We've got Rene Gonzales from Gonzales Family Barbecue. I'm very excited to talk to this guy. Known him for just a little bit, but he's really come on strong this season in the IBCA. He's currently sitting number 2 in the IBCA points chase. So we'll visit with him. And then a little later in the show, we'll have Tom and Belle Clarke from JC's Good Old Boys. Case is just tapping out. He will not be in tonight. All right, that's always fun. So it's just me tonight. That's good. Thank you, Case, for springing that on me. But we'll be just fine. So again, we're going to have Tom and Belle Clarke from JC's Good Old Boys. They will be joining us to wrap up the show. They are currently sitting 15th in the IBCA points chase and 5 in the chicken category. So we'll talk a little barbecue and chicken. Well, so Case, like I said, just tapped out. That's fine. We'll be fine. Well, if you're watching the show on Facebook, thank you very much. There are a couple ways you can do that. One is on Facebook. The other is through podcasts. We record these to podcasts and we post on our podcast. You can search So Smoking Gooder Show on all of your podcast formats. Search that. We will pop up. Make sure you give us a like, give us a follow. And anytime we have a new podcast, it'll pop up on your device. Not only do we do these, we'll do occasionally just something that we don't do a Facebook show, and we'll just pop it out to the podcast channel. So there are some different episodes you might be able to find there as well. All right, that's how you can find the show. But before we get started, let me give a shout out to our sponsors. Just one moment. Here we go.
Shout out to our great sponsors: Rec Tech Grills, Eureka Heights Brew Company, Cosmos Q Products, Texas Pepper Jelly, Rick's RV Rental and Repair, Holy Smoke Spice Company, Diamond Shine Cleaning Products, J. Harding and Company, Bull Printing Wraps and Graphics, and The Barbecue Store. Thank you for supporting the So Smokin' Gooder Show.
Absolutely. Thanks for supporting the So Smoking. I didn't mention Texas Oil Dust. Aaron Leslie is a big supporter of our show. Thank you very much, Texas Oil Dust. I will update that. In fact, Dustin from the Barbecue Store did send me Rick's logo. I just didn't have time to put that on, but we'll get that on for sure. All right. So last week we had Ira Green from Flying G Barbecue and Daniel Ramirez from Coming In Hot, and also David Thomas with PHA, which we'll touch on in here just a minute. But I just want to thank those guys for coming on the show last week. Continuing our little summer super slam, Ira was phenomenal. He was a natural. It was great to see Ira. And of course, Daniel Ramirez is an up and comer, just like his name says, coming in hot. He did a great job on the show. But we got another up and comer, Rene Gonzales, and I am going to bring him on right now. What's up, Rene? How are you, buddy?
What's up, Rob? How's it going, man?
Just fine. It's just me tonight. No Case.
Yeah,
we'll be fine.
I wanted to bring up. I cooked against Case and Simpson. I just wanted to rub it in his face that we RGC that one. So.
Oh, nice. Well, you've been RGCing and GCing quite a bit lately.
Yeah.
For those that don't know you, Rene, where are you from? You know, how'd you get started in this thing? Introduce yourself. A lot of people may or may not know you out there.
Yeah, we're from Harlingen, Texas, like right by the border in Mexico. So we've been cooking for about 3 years already, and kind of just got into it. My brother-in-law used to do a lot of cook-offs back in the day. So I would always go and just, chill out, drink beers there at the cook-offs, and decided just to, me and my wife go out there, we formed a team and started cooking.
So I actually got wind of you through Instagram. I remember checking out your Instagram page back when you were starting, and we kind of, I don't know if I think we sent a couple messages back and forth at one time, but
I just remember that.
I remember following you through there, and then like this last year, actually starting prior, you were really coming into your own there. What changed for you? You're a great example of somebody just getting started. You've only been in 3 years, like you mentioned. What helped you along the way to get what you are? Because you're sitting currently, and we'll talk about this in a minute, second in the IBCA points chase for 2021.
Yeah, when we first started, when I told my wife, let's form a team and, let's just go out there, maybe once a month, whatever. We were at Smoking on the Rio in Mercedes. And I think CJ, he like RGC'd that big ass cook off there. And then like the next day he posted, that he was going to do a class. So I'm like, man, screw that. I'm going to do a class, right off the get-go. So I did a class with CJ, and, our very first cook-off, we hit a 6 chicken and a 6 rib. We finished top 10. Like, nice. Nobody knew who the hell we were,
Right.
Everybody's probably like, who the hell is this kid, like getting a top 10 right off his first cook-off. So that's how we started off,
So what were you cooking on then, and what are you doing now?
What was that?
What were you cooking on when you first started?
Oh, when I first started, I had an offset pit from Academy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was an old country. It was a Pico's old country from Academy, and we cooked on that for a little bit, and then I saved up some money, and I got a backyard jambo. So that's what we cook on now.
You got a backyard jambo now?
Yeah,
nice.
We got a backyard jambo. We've had it for, I think, maybe about 2 years already.
You got some funny guys in the comments. They're asking are you wearing makeup? That was one of the questions. Roland wants to know if you're wearing makeup. So you started off with a class right off the bat. Would you recommend somebody to do something like that to when they're getting started?
I mean, I
would, because you probably
it cuts that curve,
Yeah, you probably had some. Did you have any kind of background on it, or were you a newbie to any of it?
No, I like I said, I was my brother
hanging out with your buddy, right.
So we'd go to the cook-offs a lot, and I'd help him out sometimes, or we'd cook. There's a local cook-off in our hometown in Raymondville. So we would always do that one. I would always do that one with him, and that's how I got my feet wet. Just started doing little cook-offs, and then I took that class with CJ, and I mean that's a game changer class right there with CJ.
CJ has a great class. I've never taken it, but he has. He's got a lot of students from that class that go on to do very well, and you're another example of that. Have you taken any others, or is that pretty much what got started and you're in?
Yeah, I maybe like about a year ago, I took Eloy De Leon's class from those Buzzards.
Yep.
He had a class, and so what I've done is, I've combined, like some of CJ's, some of Eloy's, and some of the stuff that during this shutdown, there was nothing to do. So
right.
All even at work, I was shut out at work. So I was at home for maybe a month and a half, 2 months. And, I'd miss around here at the house, and so I started combining all three of those things together. And once it opened back up again, we started going to cook-offs, and little by little, we got a GC, and then we took a month off. We come back, we get an RGC, we get a 3rd place finish, and then I log on to IBCA website, see where we're standing, and we're at 12. And I'm like, holy shit, we're pretty close, man. So I told my wife, I'm like, man, let's go for it. We're so close. Let's try to make a run for it. So we've been cooking. I think last weekend we went to Llano, and that was our 10th or 11th weekend in a row of cooking, and it's been brutal. Yeah, I'm tired, man.
So there is something to say for doing one week in and week out. Do you remember those days when you were doing maybe once a month or once every third week, as opposed to now? Your timelines are pretty. I'm sure right now 11 in a row. They're probably pretty streamlined right now.
Oh yeah, definitely, because when you cook, like when we would cook like once a month, sometimes I forget to do something, or I leave something out, and but now that we've been doing it every weekend, it's just like it's automatic stuff. It's just comes to us, and we haven't been missing a step, man. We've been doing pretty good out there.
Yeah. So I was bringing up the classes just to help people that may want to get into it, but that's one thing. But applying what you've learned and doing your own processes. You mentioned kind of mixing your own thing and doing your own thing. So you definitely did take a big leap this season. A lot of that has to do with, like you mentioned, probably cooking quite a bit. But what do you think's been the main thing that's just turned the corner for you this year?
I think
put you in number 2.
Yeah, I think the main thing is just getting out there and cook. Like I say, once a month is fine, I guess. But maybe doing like 3 weekends in a row, 2 weekends in a row, just getting out there and putting out there what you do, So, and I think that's what's been the key of just being more consistent out on the trail cooking.
So we've got Hector and Vicente. They were guests on the show.
Yeah, those fuckheads. I know. I know
they're hilarious. He CrossFits. I know you CrossFit. Like I said, I follow your Instagram. He's got a Jambo, but no spare tire for the trailer. These guys are great, man. I know it's all love. They're just giving you.
Oh yeah, I had lunch with Hector today, and we were, at dinner lunch. I'm going to my truck. He's going to his truck, and he's all like, he goes, "It's on today, fucker," because I gave him shit when he was on last time.
Hey, Vicente, he did kind of what I'm doing. He was going to have Hector on, and Hector was cutting in and out. So that was good. But so now you're sitting in top 2, and you mentioned you looked up one day and you were sitting at 13th, and then you told your wife, "Let's go for it." You do have to have your wife's support for sure to go in there.
She's out there every weekend with me, man.
Yes, I've seen that. She's out there with you. Does she do any? What is her role in your team there?
She does a lot of TikTok videos between the cooks, so she entertains me that way. And no, I'm just kidding. But she, she's a big help. Like she sets up the whole camp for me.
Nice.
Like we get there and she sets everything up outside, inside, while I'm prepping my meat in the trailer. And sometimes like I'm kind of in a hurry when I'm wrapping ribs, and I'm always tearing the foil and shit like that. So she'll take over the wrapping duty sometimes on the ribs, and she does a really good job with that. And she's just she's a big help out there.
Marissa's her name?
Yeah, Marisa.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, that's a big help when you have somebody that knows your processes and knows what you need at the very moment you need it. It's definitely. And Michelle Castillo's in the comments. These women out there, don't sleep on them. They are coming in high. Like they're all over the place in every organization, just doing really well.
Oh yeah, so, she's gonna cook the IBCA added money, so she'll be out there with me cooking.
David wants to know why she cusses so much. probably only at David. So
yeah.
In fact, David said, "Hey, when I reached out, I said, who would you guys like to see on the show?" He was the one. He goes, "Hey man, put Rene on." I was like, "Man, that is a great idea." Because again, you're sitting at number 2 right now. So you got 2 more contests?
We got 2 more cooks, man.
You want to divulge where you're going to be?
Yeah, I think we're gonna go to Ingleside this weekend.
Ingleside, so, nice.
We'll go to Ingleside, and then the last weekend, we're either gonna do La Feria or Seguin. So we'll see. I don't know where we're gonna go.
I hear that Seguin one is shaping up to. I think that's where all the big boys may be. Who knows?
Yeah, we might have to go there because there's a CBA also the same weekend here in the Valley. So, and it's a big payout. So, I mean, hopefully we can get the 15 teams in La Feria at least, you know.
Yeah, that one's in Elsa at the end of the month.
Yeah, I know.
So what has been your approach these last cases in? But I'm gonna wrap up with you, or actually I'll bring Case on right now.
Okay.
Let's do that. You can ask him your question here. Let me find my. There he is. What's up, Case?
Eventful Wednesday.
Eventful Wednesday. We'll get to all that in a moment, but Rene had something he wanted to bring up to you. I don't know if you were listening earlier or not.
No, I am been scrambling, and thank you for everyone who reached out to me and told me I was not on the show. So thank you. My phone was blowing up like, dude, you're holding up the show. I was like, I try not to.
In case you didn't know you weren't on the show. Yes, I got it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Rene. What do you want to bring up to him?
Oh no, I was just I was bummed because you weren't on the showcase because I wanted to bring up. I saw you in it was Sinton. I think it was Sinton.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just wanted to bring up, you know, that we had RGC that cook off, and I seen you.
Thank you. Yeah, I graciously took my brisket walk, and we had awards, and I hit 11 chicken, and man, my ribs were final table, and I literally said, man, I really want to get a walk down here, and it was like boom, 10th place brisket. And I was like, well, shit. I guess I got my win. Yeah. So, but yeah, at least I got out of my chair.
I remember that.
That was a cook-off full of beef center going, hey, I know those guys.
So let's talk about these next 2 weeks. What's the plan going in? Obviously, just keep rolling what you're doing, or
we're just gonna keep doing what we're doing, man. Just throw it at them the same way we've been doing it all these other weeks and see what happens.
What is Case? You might want to check your connection. It's kind of, you got a lot of noise there. I'm going to put you down until you maybe correct that real quick. Where are you in? So what's your man? You're number one in chicken right now.
Yeah, we're number one in chicken.
You
I
do
think like fourth brisket, something like that.
You do make some pretty ass chicken. I've been like I said, I've been following you for quite a while. I think since you started, I believe.
Yeah, Hector keeps calling me every week. You know, come on, help me out in chicken. Give me your chicken recipe. I need a lot of help. But fuck that guy.
There's one of your guys, EJ. Rene is my hero. David wants to know when your class is. You got to finish with the IBCA points chase, says Roddy. You're too close to first.
Yeah.
So it looks like, oh, wow. Yeah, you're only like 400 points down here.
Yeah, it's super close, man. But Ira's a beast, man.
He's a beast.
He's pop off any weekend, man, and just finish it off. So
he's gonna be hard to knock off, but it'll be it's been fun. I've been following this for the last couple weeks, you know, with our guests on the show, and you were at 11 cooks until just last week, and then I guess you did well this weekend. So you registered your 12th cook.
Yeah, we got 12 this past weekend.
It's all pretty tight. Even Eddie Morales is in there in fourth place with 10,000. So how much movement can there be? I haven't never really followed points chases, but how much movement can there be when y'all are all within 1,000 points of each other?
Yeah, like right now I'm trying to kick out a 8th place finish. So if I kick that eighth place finish, with like a GC, I think I'll get the number 1 spot. So
okay.
I got 2 weeks.
You got 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You got 2 weeks. No favorites here on the So Smoking Gooder show. Again, we had Ira last week.
Yeah.
And Daniel, who's sitting in 6th place. We've had Michelle on the show. I was reaching out to Eddie to get him on the show. I guess we need to reach out to James. This guy Ricky coming out of nowhere, right?
Oh yeah, man. That dude was like maybe like 5 GCs in a row one weekend, or every like maybe a couple weekends back. He's just been on fire, man.
Hopefully your trailer floor holds up. You having a little floor issue there?
I'm in the top 10 right now, and I bet you I have the shittiest like trailer out of all the top 10 guys, man.
So once this wraps up, you gotta take on. You see a lot of cooks that are venturing out and doing some other saying. You know, I see like Bill and Phil and Lee, and they're all going after KCBS pretty hard. What's your plans after?
Yeah,
you gonna take a break? I'm sure, probably.
Yeah, we're gonna take a little break, and then we're gonna do a bunch of CBAs.
Nice.
Because down here in the valley, it's CBA country down here, man. It's all CBA down here now.
Yeah, there's quite a few of them down there you can knock out.
Yeah, it's nice. It'd be nice to cook around here in the valley because we've been traveling a lot since there hasn't been too many IBCA cooks down here.
What's the furthest you've traveled so far?
Well, last weekend we went to Llano, so.
Yeah.
But we've been cooking like Beeville, just a lot of the Region 3 area.
How you feeling about pork?
I mean, I need some practice on that for sure. So we did a CBA in Westlaco. I don't remember when it was. It was anyways, and we GC'd that CBA cook-off. We got like a 4th pork, I think. So I'm just gonna do the same thing I've been doing.
Yeah, don't change that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, cool. Well, anything you want to bring? You want to give a shout out to your sponsors before we let you get?
Or
you have any?
My wife, she's my sponsor, so
nice.
Shout out to her.
Shout out to Marisa. Yes, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, very cool. You know, you had EJ in the house. I know that them barbecue holic guys are big supporters. There's Case. He's getting back in here. And EJ must have jumped on late, bro. He already gave you some love, man. Give him a break. Give him a break. You've already given him some love.
And everybody's got to try that blowing smoke AP rub when it comes out, man. It's killer.
Is that David's?
Yeah, it's a secret rub, so nobody knows about it.
Oh, blowing smoke AP rub. Are you dropping some knowledge here with David Gonzales coming up?
Oh yeah, no, I'm the only one that's running that, me and him. So,
you know, I need to get that guy on the show. I think he'd be a good guest.
Nah, you get zero viewers if you get him on. I don't know if you want him on.
You know, I know he's his Salty Dave, so it'd be fun. It'd be fun to get Salty on the show, and if he'll talk. You know, he doesn't talk a lot, so yeah, maybe we'll get him. Maybe we'll get him to talk. We'll have Carlo interview him, and maybe we'll get them do their own little show. Hey man, it's been a pleasure getting to actually, you know, I met you over where were we?
Kingsville.
I met you in Kingsville finally after, you know, we've been Instagram buddies for a while, and it was good to meet you, and much success, continued success, and good luck in these last 2 contests, man. That's going to be fun to see how this all shakes out.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you having me on, man.
Absolutely. All right. Anything else that I didn't touch on that you wanted to bring up by chance?
No, I think that's about it.
All right, bub. Hey, thank you very much, Rene. We appreciate you coming on the show, man. And like I said, best of luck to you.
All right. Thank you, man.
Yep. All right. There he was, Rene Gonzales from Gonzales Family Barbecue out of Harlingen, Texas. I'm going to bring my boy Case back on. Oh, he went back in the house there.
Yes. I gave
that.
up.
You were on the outer limits of your Wi-Fi.
Yes.
Connection.
That's an understatement, but
you were out in not much, man. How are you doing? Shout out to Rene, man. That guy's kicking ass out there. He's number 2. He just started 3 years ago. I don't know if you heard him in the interview. He had a couple classes. He took what he learned from those guys and applied it to what he's doing now. So if you guys are looking to get into this game, you can have some pretty quick success. 3 years is very fast to be sitting number 2 and possibly number 1 when this all shakes down in 2 weeks. Ira and
the part where he wasn't going to Columbus, so
he's not going to Columbus. I'm sure Ira, James, Eddie, Michelle, and Daniel, they probably all have something to say about who shakes out number 1. But it's fun to meet some new people in the game and hear their story.
Absolutely.
So what you been doing, man?
Sorry I'm late. Sometimes Galleria, Houston traffic, and then my travel trailer doesn't always agree with our show. So.
Oh man, it's all right. It is all right. Rene's got some fans out there. They are telling him he's on fire. He is on fire. We got another guest on here in a moment that's also they're on fire. But so what you doing, man? You are getting ready for the Dairy Cone Team. Look what I wore tonight. It's the last time
I had all in.
Let me make sure I don't pull this up too far up so my belly hangs out. But look at that, 2018.
I had all intentions of wearing mine on the show, and
that's the last time. The last time I was part of Team Dairy Cone was 2018. 2019 we did the PHA Steak Cook-Off. 2020 obviously COVID, and then now 2021. We didn't get a chance to talk about who was all on Team Dairy Cone, man. Can we run down real quick on who you're expecting out there this weekend?
All right, so let me. There's 10 of us, so let me see if I got everybody. Michael and Always Smoking, and I'm sure hopefully Tony Tanachi finds a way to get on there. Carlo is returning the GC, and so Carlo says he's coming to Columbus. We'll see. If Carlo's watching, let me know, but his entry was free, so we'll take it. Carlos Garza and Still Smoking is I am completely blessed. He's one of the OGs. There was, I think, 4 of us originally, if you count Jason and I that first year. And so Carlos Garza and Still Smoking says, man, this is my one cook that I'll do every year. So
that guy, for those that don't remember Carlos Garza with Still Smoking, I'm hoping he still has that chicken game. That guy was killing it in chicken for a number of years. All right, keep going. Keep going.
And he's like the fajita king in Columbus, by the way. Poor Alan Day.
Poor Alan Day. He's always the stepchild, right? Or the bride.
Michael Toffel, great friends from LaGrange, Good and Ready Barbecue. They're coming off a GC in Ellinger, Texas, at the Memorial Weekend Festival there, just north of Columbus. Guys that I grew up playing football against in LaGrange, and then knew throughout college. Clay Gainey, South 36, will be down there. Clay's been cooking for many years with us. Louis Luendo, Toro Loco and the guys, they're original OG members, one of the original 4. And so they'll be down. Some guy named Craig Sherry and Texas Pepper Jelly is going to make the trip to Columbus.
Are you bringing Craig out of retirement?
Yes, to cook a very, very hot cook-off. Obviously myself and the little one to see how many walks that we can get. I've got a cook coming out of Iowa. So I have a cook that's traveling in from Iowa, and it's
no one's worried. No one's worried. Oh, unless it were Darren Worth.
Yeah. We don't know what we're going to name his team, but I had a cook last minute had to cancel, had some stuff moved around. That I was really looking. I had another cook that was going to make the trip. I was really looking forward to beating a very famous rib cook again in ribs. Last time I saw him in Sinton, I beat him in ribs. The time before that, he beat everyone at the American Royal, and so that was the last time. But he had a schedule change, and so he reached out to me. Man, I hope I got everybody. Was that 10? Did I get to 10? There's 10 of us.
So the original 4, I was one of those original 4.
Yes. So the original OGs will always be Jason and I, Bullhorn Barbecue, Toro Loco, and Still Smoking.
Yes. Yeah. So I wish I could do it. Like I said, can't make it. Bullhorn Barbecue will be doing a steak cook-off. You know what? We'll get to that in a moment because I do have some questions for anybody that knows anything about steak out there. I do have some questions. We will see. Oh, it'll be a fun. It will all be all fun and great weekend. Oh, I guess Wendy's going out. Is she reprising her role with Toro Loco?
I hope so. I invite. Toro Loco normally is an entire invite in their own self.
Right.
So I know Eric is coming just because of the soft serve ice cream. And so, Yeah, we were actually looking back at some photos. Wendy's little one was little bitty. It's crazy that it's been 2 years since we've been able to do this, and we were kind of wondering. Everybody's kind of feeling out. COVID a little bit different. Obviously, it's Father's Day weekend.
Yep.
And so not. I hope my son, Dr. Smoke, can be there. I really like to be there. I really like for him to come spend some time with his daddy, but I don't know if he'll make it or not. So
that would be fun if Dr. Smoke shows up. David Gonzales, if he's still in the comments, he GC'd this event. Carlo has GC'd this event. I have GC'd this event. Who else?
Yeah, the only time we haven't GC'd was the year that Robert Ramirez GC'd it and Wade finished second.
That's right. Robert Ramirez GC'd and Wade RGC'd.
Of course, if you've cooked long enough on Team Dairy Cone, sooner or later you just buy a boat and retire. Because Are You By a Barbecue Restaurant? Ease went on to buy a barbecue restaurant. Alan Day went on to buy a boat. Wade's getting married. But yeah. We've got all the important stuff ordered. We've got cinnamon rolls and kolaches ordered this week. We've got everything we need.
Have you talked to the promoter and how many teams are they expecting? Do you have any idea?
I haven't, man. We've been blowing and going. I have no clue. I know 10. I know 10 will park on the hill, and the rest of everybody else come on out to Columbus and enjoy some shade trees. I didn't really get to talk to you a bunch this week, but last week I was on the way to NASCAR. Saturday, we went out to NASCAR, and I chose to go through Hempstead and go up 290. And so I got to the exit at Highway 6 and kind of veered left because I needed some last-minute stuff from the barbecue store. And, of course, they had a cook-off going on. And I'm not going to lie, I got out of the truck, and it was hot. And I said, why the hell are we cooking in June? So yeah, it's all those guys that cooked the barbecue store event. Hats off to you, because it was like 3:30 in the afternoon, and it was a warm one in the parking lot. I can tell you that much. So
it's going to be a warm one, but there, like you mentioned, there's plenty of shade out there. This is a great venue. I think it's one of the fun. It's
30 amp power,
one of my favorite cook-offs, just because of all of us being there and representing Team Dairy Cone and your dad and the restaurant and all of that. And if you guys have not been to Dairy Cone in Columbus, man, regardless if you're going this week, when you're passing through Columbus or I-10 past Columbus, make that little 5-minute detour down into town and go to the Dairy Cone. They have some phenomenal food. It's a blast from the past. Basically, it's an old school walk up drive-through diner type place, and it's just great. People are nice. Their food is phenomenal. Get yourself a burger.
It's all outdoors. It's a great place to stop in the winter. Even I struggle to sit outside during the summertime. So,
yep. All right. Well, cool. Well, I'm excited for you guys and Team Dairy Cone. I wish I could join you again, but not happening this year. If y'all quit messing around and changing the dates, maybe we can make that happen next year.
That was not on me.
I know. Dawson. Talking to you, Dawson.
Looking at you, Dawson. No. If you haven't found a place to cook, there's plenty of room in Columbus. And if it's something barbecue's on your mind this weekend, 30 amp hookups, water hookups, relatively inexpensive. It's I think $120, $140. There is a Calcutta auction, world famous Calcutta auction on life, that you don't have to go bid on yourself. And I promise not to run you up unless your name. Never mind. So, but yeah, so pretty inexpensive to come out and hang out and cook. And if you're gonna cook in June, you might as well do it. There's lots of live oaks, and water and electricity makes it a little easier.
All right, it's time to bring on our next guests. It is Tom and Belle Clarke with JC's Good Old Boys. These guys are kicking ass this year again in IBCA. They're currently sitting 15th in the 2021 Cook of the Year standings. They are also sitting in the top 5 in the chicken standings alone. I'm looking for the other ones. But yeah, top 5 in chicken with a chance to be number one. Number one currently is Rene Gonzales, who we just talked to. But let's bring them on real quick. We'll get them on. Here we go. if I can get my mouse to work. Having issues. There we go. Boom. All right. What is up, gang? How are you guys?
Hi.
Tom and Belle Clarke. For people that don't know, you guys cook a lot of these, a lot of Houston area cook-offs. Y'all have ventured out this year, cooking quite a bit. Y'all been doing this for quite a while, but for those that may not know you guys, please introduce yourself and let them know, who you are, where you guys started, and how long you've been at this fun thing we call competition barbecue.
Well, we did our first cook-off, I think, in 2010, and I had no idea what we were doing. And then we started competing really in 2013. We went to Waller, the county fair, I think, and he's like injecting all these things. And, back then you were very much, like salt and pepper, mustard, on a brisket situation. It did. And I didn't know any of it.
Right.
And we ended up, actually, I think he went off. Okay, because if you know Tom, he goes and helps everybody and visits and all the things. And he left, and I'm like, don't we need to do chicken? Well, I didn't know what I was doing, so I was like, well, I'm going to do chicken. And I started injecting the chicken, and then I was mad because I was doing it by myself. And we ended up with a second place chicken.
Nice.
And then that was it. That was it. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but we're doing this. And he was like, he's done this since he was little.
Right.
So is that your strategy since then? Just kind of walk away and just let her do all the work?
No, I don't know what happened. I think somebody's generator broke or something. If you know Tom, he's going to go help and fix anything. So, yeah.
So have you been doing chicken ever since?
Yeah.
Bubba did chicken.
We did have Logan do chicken for a while because he was too old to do the kids' cooks.
Yeah.
And, he's like, what, am I going to beat a 6-year-old? Like, that's not, So we started letting him do chicken. And he did well for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. He did it. Well, now he's doing it on his own.
So Tom, when did you start originally, and who'd you start with before your partner here?
Yeah, my uncle had a barbecue little trailer back in the 90s, and he did competitions and sold barbecue on the side of 249 for a lot of years, and so that's what we did. Yeah, he did quite well. And
can you talk about the differences between a competition then in the 90s versus one now?
well, I'd still do mustard, salt, pepper, and a little bit of garlic, and I'm good. I don't inject or nothing. I'll smoke it for 12 hours if she let me, but it doesn't work no more. So back then, that's what we used to do.
No, I'm just talking about
do it anymore.
I'm just talking about the overall experience of a contest then versus them now. What did it look like at an event? Was it is it the same or different at all?
I think it's the same. It's the same family, barbecue family. Everybody's the same. It's just back then we didn't inject,
Right.
mustard. You got a pack or brisket. You were doing great back then, and
Probably
mustard, salt, pepper, a little bit of garlic, and throw it on the pit for a long time. You didn't have, the drums where they get up at 8 o'clock in the morning and they, put a brisket on a drum and smoke it for 5 hours and they're done.
I bet there's a lot.
We still don't do that, but
I bet there was a lot of starting your brisket at 2 o'clock on a Friday to turn it in at noon.
yeah, back then, yes.
Yeah, 3 o'clock on a Saturday. So, well, cool. So, talk about your season this year. Y'all have let's fast forward way back. So now you're sitting here in 2021. You're sitting in 15th place. I've talked to Case, and I've been talking to a lot of these guys that have started, and then they kind of look up, like Rene just mentioned earlier tonight. They sit there and they're cooking, and all of a sudden they look up and they said, "Wow, we're here. Let's go for it." Is that kind of what happened here, or was it a commitment from the get-go this season?
It was. I mean, we took off about 2 years. We had a family situation. And honestly, I was okay with not cooking every weekend. But our VFW team needed some help and it convinced me that it was a good idea. And we started helping them. And it ended up, I think the first cook we did, we got a first place rib at the Friends of Troy Club or something. And then that was it. We're hooked all over again. And then we were like, well, y'all aren't going to want to cook every weekend. We do. So then it started all over again. And then it was like, you turn around and you look and you started getting higher and higher and higher. And then it's, I don't know, you just get, I don't know, you get hooked on it.
Phil Breeden's in the comments. He says, play the clip. Phil, you let off the show, bro. I don't know if you were here from the beginning.
I wasn't here, so we'll have to do it again. So
yeah, Case wasn't here. We'll play all the clips again, including Case's, because that's one of my favorite clips of all time. So Tom, you're doing the brisket and ribs mainly, I guess. Is that how? Stop me if I'm wrong.
I just cook. She does everything else.
She does. And y'all are both tackling the chicken, or is that the way it works, or how's that work out there?
Yeah, she does all the seasoning. She prepares all the meat. She gets everything ready. I just do the cooking because, like I said, I do salt, pepper, and garlic if I could, a little bit of mustard.
Nice.
No wonder she kicks you out of the trailer. What are you guys cooking on?
Offset.
Yeah, Tom, talk about your pit. You just built.
I think Louis. I saw Louis' comment. Drums are for making music or something. Is that something that? Have you considered tinkering, or is it something that's what you prefer? Is there a reason behind it? Anybody knows me, I like to plug it in and turn it all up my phone and watch the pellet smokers go. So.
No, our rule of thumb is you got to build the pit to cook on it. We won't ever buy a pit. We got to build it ourselves. And
unless you buy me a Jambo, I don't know.
Most people only got 1 or 2 or 3 Jambos, so that may be what you need to do as soon as you get off of here.
Hey Tom, talk about your build. You have a nice pit build that you just recently unveiled this year. Was it this year probably? But you found some stuff.
Just a pit we had in the backwoods, and we were slow in the oil field. So Bill said she wanted a bigger sink and a better pit. So we had some 30-inch pipe out back and laid it out on the concrete and asked her what she wanted. And so we built a pit and built it around what she wanted for her sink and her countertops and everything. And tried an insulated firebox and a new roof. So it's a little lightweight roof made out of aluminum, and just went on from there. Took us about 8 weeks to build, but it's working out pretty well.
Obviously, you're kicking ass this year. So talk about what you have to do. What's your goal these last couple weeks, and where would you like to end up? What's the ultimate goal for you guys these last? You got 2 more weeks, and we were talking to Rene. We talked to Ira. We talked to Daniel. There's some pressure-filled weeks when you go in there knowing you have to make up ground. But what's you guys' approach coming in these last 2 weeks?
We got 2 weeks. Our goal is to get in the top 10. We are not the cooks that GC every weekend and things like that. We ended up higher than we weren't paying attention, to be honest. So the goal is to be in the top 10.
Yeah.
In 2 weeks. So it'll be what it'll be.
It'll be what it will be, yes.
Do you find yourself chasing the guys that are ahead of you and then potentially trying to line up to go to places that those cooks are going, or are you just going to go cook, got an event in mind and go?
No, if you want to be the best, you cook with the best. So to me, if you want to, if you're going to compete, you have to compete with the best. I mean, you're not going to avoid Ira Green or Michelle or Daniel or Eddie. And to me, you got to go compete and see where you stand.
So, Belle, can you talk about the rise of, and I don't know if it's a rise, but it seems like a lot of lady cooks are coming on the scene and just doing very well. Do you ladies talk? Do you have your own?
Absolutely.
You guys talk and communicate and say we're gonna beat this asshole over here and this and that. But
God, no, not like that.
Rob,
No,
stop talking about
no.
yourself like that.
No, we visit. No, we really visit, and we are all very good friends. This is not. The world is changing a little bit, which is kind of amazing. That more women are coming in and doing things. You know, when we first started cooking, I was the only girl. Like, there was nobody else's wife. There was nobody. And I was like, ooh, I don't know about this. Now it's like every weekend, you know, Michelle and I talk, and I'm like, where are you going? And she's like, where are you going? And, you know, Kat and all of us, you know, we hang out.
Yeah, I mean, you got cooks out there like yourself,
and your wife too.
You got cooks out there like yourself, and Carissa Smith, who's just kicking ass out there, and
Absolutely,
obviously Michelle Castillo, and please tell me who I'm missing, but it's just you guys are no longer, you know. I was talking to
Yahida. You're missing Yahida.
Yes, from who she cooked with? What's that?
La Chingon Cookers.
Oh yeah. There you go. La Chingon.
She's getting it.
She's kicking it.
She's
too.
brand new and she is doing it.
Well, I was talking with Brett Galloway. He's the SCA founder or co-founder with SCA, and you know they originally started with a female cooker of the year, and 2020, this last year for their world championships for 2020, there was the female won the overall stake points chase, and then they had their world championship, and another female won the world championship. So he's like, now we may need to have a male cooker of the year to compete with these females, because you ladies are just kicking ass out there. And you know, a lot of this is attention to detail, and you know, I'll speak for myself. You know, a lot of that is not my forte, and so you guys are just doing well out there. I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, it's fun to watch. It's fun to see, and it's you know, you guys are threats just like anybody else. I don't think any less because y'all are female, and I'm sure no one else does. With that one point, maybe when Tom was starting, that was probably no females on the circuit. But
right,
it's fun to watch you guys go out there and kick our ass. That's all I'll say. Case, you have anything to add to that?
I've seen Miss Smith's celebration dance live on Facebook, and so it is considerably better than anything we've ever done. So that's one of the intriguing things about the CBA would be the walk-up music, and I have seen a few live videos, and so. Yeah.
It was funny. The baby got back one for Miss Smith was not her choice.
Well,
but you know what? She was amazing.
So she seemed to embrace it just fine.
She did. She embraced
it. Amazing.
She rocked it. She rocked it. So talk about your role with the Tomball VFW. You guys, you mentioned it a little bit. They needed some help there. That's a fine organization for a bunch of cook-offs that you guys are doing. Tom, I know you're a big part of that, and I know Belle, you are as well. But talk about y'all's role there with that, and you know how that got started.
Originally, what started it was we started cooking there because it was close to our house. Tom grew up there, like he's known, you know, a whole lot of that. For me, when we started cooking there and met Candy, and you know, she became one of my closest friends, and we wanted to help her. Well, then it turned into, then we became more and more involved with the VFW. And so, you know, to us, it's very dear to our hearts. It's, to me, I guess what our goal is to make sure that this VFW is successful, no matter what it is, whether it's a cook-off, whether it's a dance, whether it's whatever event we have there, we try to help and make sure that it's successful. Because if it's successful, then the hall is successful.
Have you ever considered charging admission for when Rob sings karaoke there?
Yes,
we have, yes.
They've done it.
I mean,
they've done it on
that
the
guy.
on the trip.
I think we're going to start selling wristbands.
They,
That doesn't mean
I didn't know. I think it was Neon Moon. I don't know what he dropped on us that night. But
Yeah.
I got a little teary-eyed, a little emotional.
Yes.
But yeah, I was like, I've got some favorite spots for cook-off too. But anything that involves karaoke and inexpensive beer that I don't have to keep ice down, it's a great facility for. I'm not gonna lie. And so yeah.
So I will equate what Case just mentioned. My singing is like chicken. There's a fine window of chicken where it's too, it's rubbery and it's dry. There's like a small fine window where it's just perfect. That's the way my singing is. And generally, when I'm in the bunker, as we call it at Tomball VFW, I'm already past that. I'm past that dry. I'll start off in that good little window there, and then it goes dry. And you should probably charge for that too. We do, and luckily no one remembers, so it's all good. Except for Case. But yeah, Anthony Katea's in the comments. It's his favorite cook-off venue.
Thank you, Anthony.
Everyone sounds good in the bunker.
No,
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And then we order pizza, and it's done.
There's some folks that probably should not be singing karaoke in the bunker, but Rob is not one of them. That guy is impressive.
Well, Tom and Belle Clarke, thank you for coming on the show. Is there any you want to give a shout out? I know you're wearing one of them, but you want to give a shout out to anybody before we let you get?
Oh yeah, we got a couple sponsors, and I'm sure everybody knows Adam and Michelle with AMP. They've really stepped our game up this year and have really helped us out. And
absolutely,
can't knock that spice. That's kicking everybody's ass right now, and it shows every weekend in and out.
Yep. Omar and Yahida, El Chingon. We have also big shout out to Robert and Carissa for always giving us fantastic meat.
Yeah, Robert's my brother from another mother, so
yes, that's true.
Always got to keep it OG.
Dustin and Julie from the barbecue store, they support us with whatever we need, which is amazing. And also Paul and Kat Martinez, they are our biggest supporters in keeping our head right. Get your head right, pay attention, do what you do. They massively support us in that. And
Paul's an awesome asset that we have and helps us out all the time and anytime.
My OG.
So we love them like family, and our barbecue family with the Ant Mafia.
Yep.
Love all of them.
The Ant Mafia is a force. You guys are killing it out there in the game. Shout out to Adam and Michelle. Does it really stand for all Michelle's products? Is that what it truly stands for? What does it stand for?
Well, originally it was.
Did you see it?
It was Adam Martinez Pollo.
Yeah.
Because he just had the chicken.
Yeah, it was the chicken.
And then he came out with, I think, beef. Don't quote me because Adam don't yell at me. I might get it wrong.
He came out with the pig rub next.
The rib. Anyway, he started coming out with more. So then everybody just assumed it was Adam Martinez products. Well, then Michelle put her twist on all of it and, raised it a little bit to a different level.
That's what happens when you win. When you win, you can change the name all you want to.
Oh, shit. Is that Louis? Oh, Louis on there. Oh, hell yeah. What's up, Louis?
Amp Assassins.
Louis, Louis
Louis
Lindo.
Lindo.
He'll be-
Hi, Louie.
as we mentioned, yeah, that's a
I cooked
blast
with
from
him
the
the other
past.
weekend in East Bernard.
That's a blast from the past. He'll be cooking this weekend in Columbus with Team Dairy Cone. Michelle, she just makes
Yep.
some.
Columbus?
All she does.
Is that where we're going? Are we going to Columbus?
Much love.
We are
Mel
going to
and
Columbus.
y'all are going to Columbus?
We are. We are.
Finally,
Columbus,
someone's
yeah.
coming to Columbus.
Nice. Y'all are going to love that venue. It's awesome. And good luck out there.
Where's it at? Down there on 71 or what?
Yes, in the fairground,
All right.
71. If you get lost, send me a message.
Was that in Colorado?
Yep.
God's country is how we normally refer to it.
Oh, Colorado County?
Colorado County, yes. If you will probably not see my name on the like any billboard. It's not, the water tower does not say home of Case Han, the So Smoking Gooder Show.
Oh man.
Come on.
So, again,
You
you guys got to
GC,
stop by the Dairy Cone.
If you GC, you get your name on the billboard at the Dairy Cone, which is pretty much the highlight of all barbecue career.
you know that
Well
that
then,
just-
well then, I guess I got a goal.
There you go.
that came up as one of the most liked pictures of whatever year that was when I won. It was fun. You know how Facebook memories do that, and it was that picture. It was,
Yeah.
the billboard at the Dairy Cone, which was a highlight. I love that. It was one of my favorite moments. It was a good time. And for sure, go visit the Dairy Cone. It's great food. And you'll get to see Louis Liendo. It'll be fun.
And me.
Oh,
And
yeah.
me. Let's
Case
not
Han.
forget. I'm there. The guy who gives you access to free ice cream.
Ooh.
There we go.
Hey,
That
hey,
sounds
now
good.
that they're there, now that they are going to be there, they just announced. I wonder if the Ant Mafia is coming too. We will see.
Oh, the only one from the Ant Mafia is Eddie. Eddie's
Eddie
coming.
Morales will be there.
That's it.
And our boys, our baby, brand new boys. So Logan and Corbin are coming.
Pit Father Barbecue. That's a guy too. He's a force. He is
Yes, he is.
Eddie Morales. All right. Hey, well, guys, thank you so much for coming on the show. Let's not make this the last time. Of course, once the Tom Ball cook-offs ramp up, I know we have one in October.
October, yes.
Those are fun. Those are always fun. Case, maybe we get Case back out there again because Case had a dance-off out there one year. That was fun as well. I do remember that because it lives in my Facebook feed every year. It comes up.
Like everything else.
Dang, how'd I miss that?
It's just great. It's great. That's right, Louis. Soft serve and burgers is the way to go. Great job, guys. So congratulations on your season. Congratulations on your season this year. You got 2 more weeks to close out strong, and however it shakes out, best of luck to you guys, and we'll be seeing you down the line.
Thank you.
Will do.
All right, there they were, Miss Tom and Belle, or Mr. Tom and Miss Belle Clarke from JC's Good Old Boys. That was fun. That was fun, Case. Looks like they're going to be in Columbus this weekend with you guys.
Awesome. Yeah, looking forward to it. It's a fun event for the FFA, and like I said, looking forward to it. It's it's an easy one to run an offset on. You need about 2 lumps of charcoal and 1 stick of wood, and just let the summertime heat do the rest of the work.
Let the summertime heat, exactly. So
Yeah.
let's before we get started some more, let's play a couple clips. Of course, we got to give a shout out to our sponsors, and here we go.
Shout out to our great sponsors, Rec Tech Grills, Eureka Heights Brew Company, Cosmos Q Products, Texas Pepper Jelly, Rick's RV Rental and Repair, Holy Smoke Spice Company, Diamond Shine Cleaning Products, J. Harding and Company, Bull Printing, Wraps, and Graphics, and The Barbecue Store. Thank you for supporting the So Smokin' Gooder Show.
Candy Baines from Tom Ball VFW. She's in the comment. That wasn't her. Louis sneaking there. My golf cart disappeared.
Because I
think we had something to do with that. Yes.
I know. Yeah, I stole the damn thing. So.
TLC was nowhere near it. I swear. Not that weekend, Louis. But speaking of weekends, this weekend is the PHA patient housing assistance steak and bacon cook-off at Wildcatter in Katy, Texas. That's where I'll be this weekend. Case, there's one of us. I'm going into this contest being one of 2 co-hosts that have never won an SCA award. That's not true. I have won an SCA award. I've never won an SCA Deadass Last award.
Yes, I'm a proud owner of mine. It's mounted in the trailer. So
I'm hoping to come out of this still being one of 2 guests that have never won a Deadass Last award. But I got to tell you, I'm a little worried, man. The state game, the last SCA event I did was 2018. I didn't do any last year. I'm sorry, 2019. I didn't do any in 2020 because of COVID and whatnot. So was it 2019? Maybe it was 2018, but the game has changed, bro. It is.
Yeah, that's an absolute understatement. I was in Roanoke for an IndyCar race when they had an SCA event at the Roanoke Roundup, and the family and I rode into town. Steve was there, and just watching some of the prep work, I've watched Cosmo's videos, and this was my world championship steak recipe, and I'm going, okay, I think I got this figured out. And man, watching the attention to detail, that was probably the biggest takeaway that you think of. I'm going into it, I'm going to cook a steak. Hell, I can cook a steak, and but the level of timing, and I think I said it, when Brett came on. I'll take a window of a brisket and having to get a brisket pulled correctly over that 6-minute race or whatever the hell it takes to get a steak done correctly. And so all respect in the world to those guys that do it on a consistent basis. Jeremiah just won his golden ticket. He lives down on my side of town, and he's always been a ton of help in giving pointers and but the attention to detail that those guys are doing to get that steak. So really, really impressed the guys that do it on a weekend and week out basis. They're fantastic events. They're a lot of fun. I think Brett said it right in the Cooks meeting. If you've never done one, just you're probably, he joked, he goes, you're probably not going to win today, but you're going to have fun and everybody's helpful. And that community of cooks, that is SCA cooks, is really just a fantastic group of people and different cooks. And when I did see it, they were a lot of them were thoroughly thrilled to have somebody from the barbecue world out there, especially when I showed up with the trailer and tents and my tailgate, basically, because this goes down the road with me, and everyone else opened up and pulled out a little PK, and I set up like it was at a Texans game.
So yeah, like I mentioned, I had a little success, but I feel like I'm a rookie going into this deal. I feel like I've never done a SCA event ever because the game has changed. There's classes out there that are readily available. A lot of these guys out there that have upped their game. I mean, these guys that are winning consistently are the same ones. And so I see a lot of those names. For the PHA, Patient Housing Assistance, if you guys are looking for something to do this weekend, we're going to be out in Katy, Texas at the Wildcatter Saloon. We got JB Barnett. He's going to be performing. We got Nick in the Groove. If you guys have never heard of these guys, they are phenomenal. These guys went viral. They're young adults now. They started out as young kids with School of Rock, and they formed a band, and now they're just kicking ass. And so I'm excited to hear them. So I know I'm going to have a good time out there, and I'm really kind of throwing out results out the window. I'm just hoping to not embarrass myself. My son is going to be cooking as well. He is, I brag on him all the time, and I'm going to brag on him one more time. He is the HLSR junior champ for steak, the first ever, the inaugural, the only one at this point. He's going to go out there and compete with the adults, but we have a task in front of us, and so we've been practicing. We're going to practice again tomorrow during the day, and then Friday night, and then we're going to go out there and see how we do on Saturday. And it's just for fun. But again, if you guys are looking for a fun, we have llamas, dude. We even have llamas, a petting zoo. You can have a llama spit on you if you want to, and come out there. Tad Land with Willie T's Barbecue will be serving up some food if you guys need some food out there. But it's just going to be a fun event.
There's a kids queue. There's also a kids queue, though. I saw
there's a kids queue with Steve Jimenez. Speaking of Steve Jimenez, this guy has dove head first into the SCA. I mean, he knows all the tricks and tips. So if I'm going to put it out there, if anybody wants to message me for some tips and tricks for the SCA, I am all ears.
Just the tip.
Just a tip. Steve Jimenez has mentioned he's going to help me out as well. This guy, like I mentioned, he has went all in on the SCA. I mean, he is hitting it hard with SCA case.
He mentioned about meeting me in Columbus because he's coming from the San Antonio area for lunch. And so I may bribe him with dairy cone to get you more secrets. How about that?
There you go. I would appreciate that. But yes, Wally, that is the tent. That is the band that was at our HLSR tent. They are amazing. Llamas and alpacas. Yannick is watching. She's the promoter for this. We had a goal of 40 teams. I think we hit 52.
I think it was the neon, man.
The neon. Thank you, Yannick.
Not that one.
I know. The Gene Potts. There's a Gene Potts. Doesn't look like that one, but it's really cool.
Pretty
you
awesome.
can check it out. You can go on Facebook and watch the.
Now that you hit so I think they teased it last week. Can we see the Dead Ass Last Award now that we're at our team goal? I want to see the Dead Ass. I want to see what Rob's going shooting for here.
Again, no expectations from my end. If I get a walk, I'll be shocked just like everybody else. But I'm excited just to go out there and support Yannick and PHA and everything that's going on out there at the Wildcatter Saloon. So again, if you guys are looking for something to do this weekend, hopefully that disturbance in the Gulf continues its path this way and out of our area. We shall see. It's classified. It's classified. David Thomas was on the show last week. It is classified, but we're excited. In case if you weren't doing that, I would expect you to be here as well.
Yes, absolutely. I would gladly go take their classified Dead Ass Last Award, and so I could be 2 for 2 in SCA.
Yes, so I wanted to go over the top 10 in the Cooker of the Year for IBCA because it's going to change, and we talked about it earlier. But Ira Green is sitting at number 1. Rene Gonzales on the show. Last 2 guests, James Dodson, Limp Brisket. Eddie Morales, the Pit Father Barbecue, is sitting in 4th. He will be in Columbus with you. Michelle Castillo from AMP. Daniel Ramirez on the show last week, coming in hot. In 7th, Jerry Cardenas from Loaded Smoke. In 8th, Alan Freeman. Guys, he just continues to do well each and every year. From Team Chickakapow. Ricky Bocanegra from We Dem Boys Barbecue. What team does he like, Case?
I don't know, but I did visit their stadium.
And in 10th place, our good friend Chris Davis from Cross Rifles Barbecue. Guys, I'm excited to see this shakeout, see what happens these last 2 weeks, and then it'll be fun. Then they're starting a new scoring system come July 1st. So
1/2 a chicken is my takeaway.
1/2 chicken. I saw 7 ribs.
7 ribs. Which I'm
7
not 100%
ribs.
sure about, but I'll go with it.
Why are you not 100% sure about?
Just 8. 4 and 4 just made sense to me.
All right.
That's just me. Like, I got 9 figured out, and now I'm just in my mind, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to put 7 just right. I'm a little OCD.
A disturbance in the Gulf. Should I not catch a plane on Friday? Yes, catch your plane. Columbus will not be affected. You'll be fine.
Hot and humid, baby.
Wally. Well, some exciting news. We did officially sign up for the American Royal. We will be back to defend our back-to-back to COVID back. What is that? Party of the Year, team Party of the Year, Grand Champions.
Suck it, Vaughn.
And I am going. Phil Breeden is right outside the top 10. He's sitting at number 11, Mr. Phil. But Phil, as everybody knows, has not really been focused on IBCA. He's been doing KCBS. But, so we'll be back at the American Royal this year. We're excited for that. I don't know what it's going to look like as far as COVID, but I think it's wide open. I think it's same old. So we'll be back with David Lapine and hopefully Blue Hat Crane and everybody that Fong hates. So we'll be back with that. And so if you guys are going to the Royal and you want to come to our party on Friday night, please do. David Gonzales was a big help last year playing 2 years ago, playing Sweet Caroline when the judges came. He saw all the Midwesterner judges and said, you know what, Sweet Caroline is what we should be playing right now.
Behind that, right?
No, what was it?
The two of us were together that night, and we Googled songs white people sing.
I did not know this.
Yes, and so we were just dying laughing because we were, there's just, there's whole playlists dedicated to songs white people sing along to.
That was probably number one, wasn't it?
Yeah, Sweet Caroline, Pour Sugar on Me. Those are some go-to. Don't Stop Believing. You put Don't Stop Believing on, white people will go nuts.
Hey, do you got an Astros update by chance?
No.
All right, don't worry about it.
Lead-off home run.
I'll go watch it whenever I'm done. All right, well, that's going to wrap up this show from the So Smoking Gooder Show. Thanks, Case, for coming in a little late. But I appreciate you coming in. So for Phil, that's still in the comments, I'm going to play the clip for Phil because this is all he tunes into.
Hey everybody, Phil Breeden, owner and founder of LC Barbecue, and you're watching the So Smoking Gooder Show.
One more
shout out to our great sponsors: Rec Tech Grills, Eureka Heights Brew Company, Cosmos Q Products, Texas Pepper Jelly, Rick's RV Rental and Repair, Holy Smoke Spice Company, Diamond Shine Cleaning Products, J. Harding and Company, Bull Printing Wraps and Graphics, and The Barbecue Store. Thank you for supporting the So Smokin' Gooder Show.
Thank you, Wally. Wally gave me a recap of what's going on. 6-4 Astros on top. Thank you. Yes, Phil, we did play the clip. Much success for Phil Breeden. Went up to Montana, kicked ass again. Shout out to Lee Hickle, Bill Purvis, Phil Breeden. If I'm missing somebody, please let me know. These guys that went up and tackled the KCBS scene are doing very well. So anyway, well, that's going to wrap it up. Next week could be up in the air. I will be out of town, but we can still do a remote show. It's not confirmed yet, but the summer Super Slam will continue, whether it be next week or it will be the following weekend. But again, if you guys want to nominate somebody that you want to see on the show, you want to learn a little bit more about, send a message to me and Case on Facebook, or send a message on the So Smoking Gooder Show Facebook page. We would love to get some new blood out there for the Summer Super Slam. And it's fun doing this. We hope you guys are still enjoying this show. So anyway, that's going to wrap up tonight's show. Thank you to Case Hahn. Thanks for coming in. Case, let's close this out, bub.
Yeah. Everybody safe travels this weekend, no matter where you're cooking. Good luck to all the cooks. Sounds like from Nebraska to Columbus, man. That's awesome. So, but I hope just closer to home, obviously, if you're coming to the Columbus cook-off, come say hello. If you can't make it all the way out to Columbus, stop your ass in Katy and support a fantastic event in the SCA event. Even if you don't want to cook, it sounds like there's going to be llamas. And so I would
alpacas.
Llamas. And what's the number? Can we declassify? This is my request. How many teams do you think we need for us to declassify the Dead Ass Last Award?
I think they're capping, bro. With potential weather coming in and our space, I think we're done. I think Jaybird. You know what?
I want to see it, man. So
Jaybird's even coming out of retirement for this one.
Nice. Bro. Well, I wish everybody good luck this weekend. Safe travels up and down the road. Happy Father's Day to all the dads coming up this weekend, and we'll see you if we see you. So, good night, Barbecue Nation. You too, California.
Absolutely. Thank you to Tom and Belle Clarke for coming on, and Rene Gonzales with Gonzales Family Barbecue. We'll see you guys hopefully next week. I'll be out of town, but we can still do this remotely. We'll talk it out. We'll talk to you next week, most likely. All right, that's going to wrap it up. Thank you, guys. Late.